So 2 weeks ago I recorded a video about how coronavirus can influence the board games industry, and even though I was looking in a Slavic way that is pessimistic, I didn't see what's coming. So here's an update about the board games industry. You know, from TV, from internet, what's going on in the world, and it is all extremely sad and very dangerous. What's going on behind the scenes in our industry, it's as bad as you can think. First of all stores in France closed except the grocery stores, so the whole game industry cannot sell games in stores, so there's a disaster for the whole market. In Italy there is a very difficult problem in Italy right now, and as far as I can see, it's just a beginning. Like, this is not France and Italy are just an islands, and all other countries will be fine. I guess we all be in trouble in upcoming days and weeks, and it will be getting only worse and worse. We are already discussing with our partners in different countries new schedule for releases. We are postponing some of the releases. I can officially right now say that in Poland we will release less games than we planned. We are already discussing with some of our partners to move the releases for early 2021. We already discussing with our partners in different countries about our games, like Detective in France, Detective in Italy, Detective in Germany, and we are discussing if we can produce it all in time and if they can translate it in time, because most of the companies right now are working in a home office mode. Things happen, and all these things just a bad news. I mean, there is one good news. We can see increase of the engagement and very active on Facebook groups. Everybody's discussing games and everybody's asking what games you recommend, what's good for two-player, what's good for solo. And so you are apparently staying at home and you're playing board games, which is good for us designers and publishers, and it is fun. I'm playing much more than I used to. That's fun. Portal games, quite accidentally, all our three major games, Robinson Crusoe, Detective and Imperial Settlers, the three evergreens, all of them has amazing solo variants, so you can actually play Detective at home, you can play Robinson Crusoe and die on the deserted island. We have a free case for Detective called Suburbia, so you can download the case and play it and have fun. But this is like illusionary fun, I would say. Like, you are having fun of course at home, but bad things happen in the world. And people will lose their jobs, and people will have a lot of following up problems. What's about the conventions? 2 weeks ago I said about postponing the biggest Italian convention in Modena. Now we have new news. The biggest Polish convention called Pyrkon postponed and rescheduled for the summer. And the same for UK Game Expo. Once again, 2 weeks ago I said about the information we get from UK Game Expo about that they are checking what's the status, and they are in discussion with the health organizations. And yes, the recommendation was to cancel the convention. So it is not cancelled, it is postponed for end of summer in Europe. So this is the biggest convention in Poland. We were supposed to release their own and new products. And the biggest convention in UK, UK Game Expo, also postponed. We were supposed to have a Rise of the Empires debut over there. It will not happen as well. So the question remains about the biggest cons in the world, so Gen Con and then Essen. As for now, the press release from Origins convention in America is that they are still waiting for making a decision, and they are hoping to have this convention. I don't believe it. I don't believe it will happen. The virus is going very strong, and I don't see it is possible that we will have a Origins fair this year as planned. As for our games in production, as for now, both our Gen Con releases and Detective Season 1 and $1 Million Script are at the manufacturer level, and the manufacturers are producing them, but basically I'm in a very bad mood. Like, I'm waiting for a call from manufacturer that says sorry Portal Games, we decided to close the company because of the virus. So it may happen any day now that our Gen Con releases will not happen. And this will be very, very difficult for Portal Games, and of course it is true for every other company. As I said 2 weeks ago, when the virus was very strong in China and not so much in Europe, now the situation is different. In China everything is under control, in Europe it is out of the control. So every company that plans to release a game at Gen Con at this point is basically waiting for the signal from manufacturer with the bad news. So we will give you an update in upcoming days and weeks, and fingers crossed and that we will have these games produced, but it's a flip of the coin at this very moment. So very sad update. What can I say? Be safe, be smart, don't be one of these person who goes to the music concert in these days, don't be this person who goes to the beach and in the crowds. We have to be smart this time, so please prove that gamers have some smartness in their hands, and stay at home and be safe, play games, and have some tolerance for the publishers, because there is a wave of the bad news coming with all these rescheduled informations, all these delays, all these cancellations. It will happen. So don't hate in the internet, don't be a troll, don't criticize publishers. The situation is unusual, as you of course know. That's a news update from Portal Games on the bad news today. What can I say? Have fun, survive, be well. Bye bye.